Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of T's Talk Time. I'm your host, Teresa Smith, and today's episode will be entitled Homeschooling. So far, we've discussed the pros and cons of public, charter, and private schools. So I thought now would be an excellent time to tread into extremely different waters. Today, I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of homeschooling your child, so stay tuned. And we're back. So you might ask me, what is this thing called homeschooling? What does it mean to homeschool your child? Well, homeschooling means a parent or guardian educates their own child at home. This means the parent or guardian must have a certain level of education themselves as a requirement for teaching a state and city standardized curriculum. The level of education that is required to do so varies from state to state. So once you've met that requirement, you now have to learn the curriculum you will teach. These materials can be acquired easily from your state. You can also join homeschooling groups to gain further guidance. Another option is using a free online homeschooling curriculum. You might wonder if a large percentage of people choose homeschooling. Well, as a matter of fact, at least 2 million people in the United States actually homeschool their children. So there are various perks to choosing to do homeschooling. The cool thing about homeschooling is that you get to spend more time with your child. In addition, you don't have to worry about the lunch your child is served at school. There are no bullies to scare your child or interfere with the educational process. You can go on trips related to the curriculum at any time. You won't have a large group of children to monitor when exploring these amazing venues, so you can spend more time there. You can delve deeply into subjects of interest to your child, and you can remediate more when your child does not quite understand a topic. The time that you work together is also flexible, and there's no more carpooling. No parent-teacher conferences are needed because you're always in communication with your child about his or her strengths or weaknesses. And you'll save tons of money because you're not paying tuition or uniform costs, etc. Nevertheless, there are some cons to homeschooling your child. For instance, everyone needs time to communicate with their peers. So when will your child get to play with, group with, or communicate with peers? They need to socialize with people in their own generation. You also, as a parent, need that social time with your peers. Sometimes our children just want us to be parents and nothing else. Although we were their first and most important teachers, they are usually ready to meet and work with other people at a certain age. As a parent in this situation, you will soon learn that a teacher's job isn't easy. You will have to create plans, study, and re-educate yourself in many areas that you've long forgotten. So get ready to roll up your sleeves if you plan to do this. Lastly, getting a homeschooling diploma is done differently from state to state. In some states, the diploma is issued by a public school after proof requirements are met, and some states allow the parents to produce the diploma themselves. Those parents can get proof from the state education department that their child has met the requirements to receive a diploma. Again, do your research. Now, colleges do accept students who are homeschooled. Even Ivy League schools accept these students, and believe it or not, they perform just as well as other students who graduate from private and public schools. Sometimes colleges will weigh these students' SAT scores more heavily, though. So homeschooling is a choice to look at like any other. Boarding school is still another choice. However, I won't be exploring that topic. This is the end of my series on types of schools. I hope this information helps you decide which path to take with your child's education. In my next episode, I will be interviewing my niece, Lauren Crockett, about motherhood. So tune in next week for another episode of T's Talk Time. Remember to rate this episode and give me some feedback. I love hearing from you. Talk to you later. Hello everyone. I just wanted to add this little tidbit of information. I just viewed a fantastic Netflix original movie about the differences between public and private school, and it's based on a true story. The title of the Netflix original movie is Miss Virginia. If you get a chance, check it out and let me know what you think. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.